1971 and returned to the United Kingdom in 1975. Royal Air Force Germany, edit. In the early 1960s, No. 19 Squadron and No. 92 Squadron with Lightning F.2s moved from IAF Leckernfield to IAF Gütersloh in West Germany as part of Royal Air Force Germany and operated in the low-level air defense role until disbanded in 1977 when the role was taken over by the Phantom FGR-2. Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, edit. On the 21st of December, 1965, Saudi Arabia, keen to improve its air defenses owing to the Saudi involvement in the North Yemen civil war and the resultant air incursions into Saudi airspace by Egyptian forces supporting the Yemeni Republicans, placed a series of orders with Britain and the US to build a new integrated air defense system. BAC received orders for 34 multi-role single-seat Lightning F.53s that could still retain very high performance and reasonable endurance, and 6 two-seat T.55 trainers, together with 25 BAC Strikes Master trainers, while the contract also included new radar systems, American Hawk surface-to-air missiles and training and support services. To provide an urgent counter to air incursions, with Saudi towns near the border being bombed by Egyptian aircraft, an additional interim contract, called Magic Carpet, was placed in March 1966 for the supply of 6 XIF Lightnings, 4 F.2s and 2 T.4 trainers, redesignated F.52 and T.54 respectively, 6 Hawker Hunters, 2 air defense radars and a number of Thunderbird surface-to-air missiles. The Magic Carpet Lightnings were delivered to Saudi Arabia in July 1966. One lost in an accident was later replaced in May 1967. The Lightnings and Hunters, flown by mercenary pilots, were deployed to Khamis Mushe airfield near the Yemeni border, resulting in the curtailing of operations by the Egyptian Air Force over the Yemeni-Saudi border. During the Al-Wadiya War, ASIF Lightnings flown by Saudi and Pakistan Air Force pilots participated in the airstrikes on Yemeni militias after they captured a town in Saudi Arabia in 1969. Kuwait ordered 14 Lightnings in December 1966, 12 F.53ks and 2 T.55ks. The first Kuwait aircraft, a T.55K, first flew on the 24th of May 1968 and deliveries to Kuwait started in December 1968. The Kuwaitis somewhat overestimated their ability to maintain such a complex aircraft, not adopting the extensive support from BAC and airwork services that the Saudis used to keep their Lightnings operational, so serviceability was poor. Kuwait Air Force Lightning F.53 in 1969 with both underwing and overwing SNEB pods. Saudi Arabia officially received F.53 Lightnings in December 1967, although they were kept at Wharton while trials and development continued, and the first Saudi Lightnings to leave Wharton were 4 T.55s delivered in early 1968 to the Royal Air Force 226 Operational Conversion Unit at IAF Coltisha. The 4 T.55s were used to train Saudi aircrew for the next 18 months. The new-build Lightnings were delivered under Operation Magic Palm between July 1968 and August 1969. 2 Lightnings, a F.53 and a T.55, were destroyed in accidents prior to delivery, and were replaced by 2 additional aircraft, the last of which was delivered in June 1972. The multi-role F.53s served in the ground attack and reconnaissance roles as well as an air defense fighter, with Lightnings of No. 6 Squadron ASIF carrying out ground attack missions using rockets and bombs during a border dispute with South Yemen between December 1969 and May 1970. 1 F.53, 53697, was shot down by Yemeni ground fire on the 3rd of May 1970 during a reconnaissance mission, with the pilot ejecting successfully and being rescued by Saudi forces. Saudi Arabia received Northrop F-5E fighters from 1971, which resulted in the Lightnings relinquishing the ground attack mission, concentrating on air defense, and to a lesser extent, reconnaissance. Kuwait's Lightnings did not have a long service career. After an unsuccessful attempt by the regime to sell them to Egypt in 1973, the last Lightnings were replaced by Dassault Mirage F-1S in 1977. The remaining aircraft were stored at Kuwait International Airport, and many were destroyed during the invasion of Kuwait by Iraq in August 1990. Until 1982, Saudi Arabia's Lightnings were mainly operated by 2 and 6 Squadron ASIF, although a few were also used by 13 Squadron ASIF, but when 6 Squadron re-equipped with the F-15 Eagle, all the remaining aircraft were operated by 2 Squadron at Tabuk. In 1985, as part of the agreement to sell the Panavia Tornado to the ASIF, the 22 flyable Lightnings were traded into British Aerospace and returned to Wharton in January 1986. While BAE offered the ex-Saudi Lightnings to Austria and Nigeria, no sales were made, and the aircraft were eventually disposed of to museums. Variants, edit. English Electric P.10. Single-seat supersonic research aircraft. 2 prototypes built and 1 static test airframe. English Electric P.1b. Single-seat operational prototypes to meet specification F-23/49. 3 prototypes built, further 20 development aircraft ordered in February 1954. Type was officially named Lightning in October 1958. Lightning F.1. Development batch aircraft, single-seat fighters delivered from 1959, a total of 19 built, and 1 static test airframe. Nose-mounted twin 30mm Aden cannon, 2 Firestreak missiles, VHF radio and for anti-AI-23 air-pass radar. Lightning F.10. Single-seat fighter, delivered in 1961. Featured Avon 210R engines, an in-flight refueling probe and UHF radio, a total of 28 built. Lightning F.2. Single-seat fighter, an improved variant of the F.1, delivered in 1962. A total of 44 built with 31 later modified to F.2 as standard, 5 later modified to F.52 for export to Saudi Arabia. Lightning F.20. Single-seat fighter, F.2S upgraded to near F.6 standard, featuring Avon 211R engines, retained Aden cannon and Firestreak, replaceable Firestreak pack swappable with Aden cannon pack for a total of 4 Aden cannon, arrestor hook and enlarged ventral tank for 2 hours flight endurance. A total of 31 converted from F.2. Lightning F.3. Single-seat fighter with upgraded AI-23B radar, Avon 301R engines, new red top missiles, enlarged and clipped tail fin due to aerodynamics of carriage of red top, and deletion of Aden cannon. A total of 70 built, at least 9 were converted to F.6 standard. Lightning F.30. Single-seat fighter with extended range of 800 miles due to large ventral tank and new cambered wings. A total of 16 built, known also as an F.3 interim version or F.6 interim version, 15 later modified to F.6 standard. Lightning T.4. 2-seat side-by-side training version, based on the F.10. 2 prototypes and 20 production built, 2 aircraft later converted to T.5 prototypes, 2 aircraft later converted to T.54. Lightning T.5. Two-seat side-by-side training version, based on the F.322 production aircraft built. One former IAF aircraft later converted to T.55 for Saudi Arabia. Lightning F.6. Single-seat fighter, an improved longer-range variant of the F.3. It featured new wings with better efficiency and subsonic performance, over-wing fuel tanks and a larger ventral fuel tank, reintroduction of 30mm cannon, initially no cannon but later in the forward part of the ventral pack rather than in the nose, use of red-top missiles. A total of 39 built, also 9 converted from F.3 and 15 from F.30. Lightning F.7. Proposed single-seat interceptor featuring variable geometry wings, extended fuselage, relocated undercarriage, underwing hardpoints, cheek-mounted intakes, new radar, and use of the Sparrow and Skyflash AAMs. Never built. Lightning F.52. Slightly modified XIF F.2 single-seat fighters for export to Saudi Arabia, 5 converted. Lightning F.53. Export version of the F.6 with pylons for bombs or unguided rocket pods, 44 2-in, 50mm, total of 46 built and 1 converted from F.6, 12 F.53KS for the Kuwaiti Air Force, 34 F.53S for the Royal Saudi Arabian Air Force, 1 aircraft crashed before delivery. Lightning T.54. XIF T.4 two-seat trainers supplied to Saudi Arabia, 2 converted. Lightning T.55. Two-seat side-by-side training aircraft, export version of the T.5, 8 built, 6 T.55s for the Royal Saudi Arabian Air Force, 2 T.55KS for the Kuwaiti Air Force and 1 converted from T.5 that crashed before delivery. See Lightning FAW.1. Proposed two-seat Royal Navy Fleet Air Arm Carrier capable variant with variable geometry wing, not built. Operators, edit. Military operators, edit. Kuwait. 1 Kuwait Air Force operated both the F.53K, 12, single-seat fighter and the T.55K, 2, training version from 1968 to 1977. Saudi Arabia. 1 Royal Saudi Air Force operated the Lightning from 1967 to 1986. 2 Squadron operated the F.53 and T.55. 6 Squadron operated the F.52 and F.53. 13 Squadron operated the F.52, F.53 and T.55. ASIF Lightning Conversion Unit. United Kingdom. 1 Royal Air Force operated the Lightning from 1959 to 1988. RAF Aerial Display Teams. 1 The Tigers of No. 74 Squadron. Lead IAF Aerial Display Team from 1962 and First Display Team with Mach 2 aircraft. 2 The Firebirds of No. 56 Squadron from 1963 in red and silver. RAF Squadrons. 5 Squadron formed at IAF Binebrook on the 8th of October, 1965, operating the Lightning F.6 and T.5. A few F.1s, F.1s and F.3s were used as targets, and later for air display use, from 1971. The squadron remained operational at Binebrook with the Lightning F.6 until 1987, disbanding on the 31st of December. 11 Squadron formed at IAF Fagaz in April 1967 with the Lightning F.6. It moved to IAF Binebrook in March 1972, receiving a few F.3s for target duties. It remained operational until 1988, disbanding on the 30th of April 1988. 19 Squadron operated the F.2 and the F.20, 1962-1976. 23 Squadron operated the F.3 and the F.6, 1964-1975. 29 Squadron operated the F.3, 1967-1974. 56 Squadron operated the F.1, F.10, F.3 and the F.6, 1960-1976. 65 Squadron operated as number 226 OCU with the F.1, F.10 and the F.3, 1971-1974. 74 Squadron operated the F.1, F.3 and the F.6, 1960-1971. 92 Squadron operated the F.2 and the F.20, 1963-1977. 111 Squadron operated the F.10, F.3 and the F.6, 1961-1974. 145 Squadron operated as number 226 OCU with the F.1, F.10 and the F.3, 1963-1971. 226 Operational Conversion Unit operated the F.10, F.3, T.4 and the T.5, 1963-1974. Air Fighting Development Squadron. Lightning Conversion Squadron, 1960-1963. RAF Flights. 1 Beinbruch Target Facilities Flight, 1966-1973. 2 Gauss Target Facilities Flight, 1966-1973. 3 Wattisham Target Facilities Flight, 1966-1973. 4 Lightning Training Flight, 1975-1987. RAF Stations. 1 RAF Akrotiri. 2 RAF Beinbruch. 3 RAF Koltischer. 4 RAF Geilenkirchen. 5 RAF Gütersloh. 6 RAF Leck-Arnfield. 7 RAF Middleton St. George. 8 RAF Gas. 9 RAF Tenga. 10 RAF Wattisham. Civil Operators, edit. South Africa. Thunder City, a private company based at Cape Town International Airport, South Africa operated 1 Lightning T.5 and 2 single-seat F.6s. The T.5 XS452, civil registration ZUBBD, flew again on the 14th of January 2014 after restoration and is currently the only airworthy example. A Lightning T.5, XS451, civil registration Zubex, belonging to Thunder City crashed after developing mechanical problems during its display at the biennial South African Air Force Overberg Air Show held at AFB Overberg near Bredasdorp on the 14th of November 2009. The Silver Falcons, the South African Air Force's official aerobatic team, flew a missing man formation after it was announced that the pilot had died in the crash. United Kingdom. 1 British Aerospace operated 4 XIF F.6s as radar targets to aid development of the Panavia Tornado ADV's AI.24 Fox Hunter radar from 1988 to 1992. United States. 1 The Anglo-American Lightning Organization, a group based at Stennis Airport, Kill, Mississippi, is returning EE Lightning T.5. XS422 to airworthy status. As of March 2021, the aircraft was capable of fast taxiing down a runway. The aircraft was formerly with the Empire Test Pilots School, ETPS, at Boscombe Down in Wiltshire, UK. Surviving aircraft, edit. A complete list is available here. Cyprus, edit. On display. 1XS929 Lightning F.6 at IF Akrotiri, Cyprus, France, edit. On display. 1XM178 Lightning F.1 at Savina Lesbo, Germany, edit. On display. 1XN782 Lightning F.2 at the Flugaustellung Hermescale, Germany. 2XN7